This isn't in view.
And Greg did not. Real life. It's a girl's ring. What are you doing? I'm like, I know it's a girl's ring, Gregor. I didn't say. I hate to break the fishing news after Chuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations. You're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Jay just remembered his 2:30 meeting as we begin.
2:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, dentist's favorite time of the day. 2:30.
Okay, that's a non-race way to say the same joke.
I've heard the joke.
But I'm not against Chinese dentists. Oh, you know what?
Oh, no, I'm with you.
No, in this climate in which we live.
I'm just going to write it down anyway.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Apologies are in order. Last episode, before we started recording, Wanye said, Tyler, there's something I want to talk about today. And then
I need like 2 minutes, I said.
Yeah. And then since Chalmers was here,
they would have taken more, we wouldn't even.
Yeah, but I just didn't want to tell him the truth of it. I just wanted to give him a taste.
Want to talk more than 2 minutes.
The taste.
And then Chalmers kind of just dominated that episode.
Well, it's Chalmers makes it about himself.
He's kind of our podcast James Harden. Like when he's on the floor, he wants the ball.
Yes.
He is a system.
And then he disappears for an unknown amount of time.
Ask for a trade to another podcast.
He is the system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He wants the rock though when he's sitting in the chair. But anyway, so I totally forgot.
That's
you
okay.
said I didn't allow you to.
You didn't let me.
Not entirely true.
Specifically.
A good host would have written it down, done some prep.
I had such a good thing to do.
Okay,
and then fortunately I had a second podcast after the first podcast, Wanye's World, where I did my big reveal to myself in an empty room effectively. And nobody was thrilled. Everybody was.
But the big
I'm
news,
still reeling from it. I think it's.
Yeah, I think on this show would have had a good.
Jay just found out about it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He didn't know what
I
happened.
saw the speculation and I saw you shared the DM.
I never brag about something existing unless it had an ending.
I thought this was like the Don't Air costume. Like people saying, you guys got to get this.
Yes,
It was like an ongoing thing. I actually didn't think the transaction got pulled.
During the game against the Islanders, someone DM'd us and said, this just came up for sale. Andrew Smith. Smith spelled like Ryan Smith, I might add.
Good omen.
Yeah. Good citizen. Good solid dude.
Yep.
Resident.
Maybe. And he said, this Stanley Cup ring just became available. And immediately my brain was like, yes, even though I knew it wasn't a player ring. It's from 1984-85. It came with a gemology report from 1991, which can't be faked.
Nope.
And it said this is a real Stanley Cup ring for somebody in the organization, not a player. That person is a woman. So, yes, I'm a Stanley Cup champion. Jerome McGinley,
Congrats.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Exactly. How many rings you got?
Exactly. Henrik Lundqvist? None. On the other hand, there's everybody who won a cup by playing in athletics, the rest of the world, and then me, right in the middle. The only fool to have purchased the wrong gender Stanley Cup ring as a magic amulet.
I think this is cool as hell.
Game 7 Stanley Cup. You guys need extra luck. Bring the ring. We're there.
Wear the ring to every playoff game.
Exactly. I'm going to get so I've looked into it. I'm going to get a museum grade stand made for the office that mounts to the floor so it can't be stolen.
Okay.
So people can visit the ring.
It's like a museum.
Exactly.
I like it.
And see if we can charge people a toonie.
Well, the elevator ride alone's worth that.
There you are.
Then you get the ring, another toonie.
So you can come in, and then in the event we need the luck, we'll bring the ring to the game. But it ain't an everyday ring.
Can you get on your pinky, or do you have to wear it on his necklace?
It's got to be a necklace.
Okay, that's fine.
It's okay.
That's still pretty ballin'.
People's fingers in the 80s were much smaller.
That is exactly what I
Consider
thought.
shaving some of the meat off your fingers.
I could.
Just straight.
You with your big old hands.
Have you heard of that term degloving or something where you actually wear a ring and it gets caught and then all of the skin around your finger bone comes off?
That's called degloving.
That's essentially what happened to Jimmy Fallon, I think.
Well, now I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, we got to be careful when you wear a ring because if it gets hooked on something, and you're falling, gravity will
always
always
supposed
win.
to get a titanium ring because if you ever have like your fingers swell up, they can't cut it off at the hospital. I heard that once.
Just don't wear a ring.
Fortunately, I only wear 1984-85 Women's Stanley Cup rings. Yes, I am a champion. See you at the Hockey Hall of Fame.
And gold is very malleable.
Very malleable.
You called me on Wednesday to be like, all right, this thing is happening. I'm doing it. but you're like, I might need a ride to Panoka in the Nation truck to go pick it up on Thursday.
Well, so now that everything's closed safely, I can tell you that I was very concerned about my intermediary, and I'm still going to try to figure out how this ring came to be available.
There's an origin story here that must be pretty good.
Yes. And if it was stolen, I assure you, I will return the ring to the rightful owner and reverse the gypsy curse on the team. I promise.
So why are we worried? What happened?
Well, what if the person who originally had the ring made had it stolen?
Oh, gotcha.
And that person fenced it on eBay to me.
Okay.
Which could be a concern.
Yep.
You should put a reverse post on Kijiji. Found ring.
Anyone?
Here's the story. Please provide accurate details, even though I know
to the letter the name of the person who owned it, or at least had it appraised in 1991. But I don't want to say, because who knows why you want to sell your ring? Who knows? It's your own private life. Do whatever the hell you want.
And could you connect them to the team? That name?
No.
Oh.
This is why it's a mystery.
Layer. Okay.
So either there's been someone got it, then that person got it, and then sold it to another person who sold it to me.
So we know the ring is real.
The ring is real.
But no provenance, right? Like we know the guy from 91, but nothing before that. The 6-year gap.
Correct. The lady from 91.
The 6-year gap.
Yes.
The other thing in today's era of you literally can't do anything without pissing people off is when you posted that we'd bought it on the Oilers Nation Instagram.
Yeah.
One of the DMs we got on the main account was, oh yeah, of course. Hey, a former player is selling their ring. Why don't we do something for them? Like sort of GoFundMe if they need money. I was like, what? You're mad that we bought a ring because
that wasn't even a player's ring.
Yeah, I was very confused reading the DM.
Wow.
But I think this is awesome.
You think so?
I think it's amazing.
You showed it to me.
Good luck, right?
Like,
you called me and told me one morning, and I was just like, I was kind of like just starting my day, groggy, first cup of coffee time of the day. And you're telling me, I'm like, wait a minute, what did you just say?
It's exciting.
It is very exciting.
I couldn't wait till the pod. I wanted to reveal it to you and Chalmers and have you not know what it was. Be like, look at this. I hadn't even opened it. Like it was still in the Canada Post box when I came in.
And everyone should know Wanye's been saying he's been wanting to do this for like decades.
A cup ring would be awesome. I always thought.
No, it's wicked. It came to fruition.
I've never seen one available ever. And not that I look, because I mean, what the hell was I going to do? But like, I've never in my life seen an Oilers cup ring for sale.
And it's interesting the year you bought, because I've worn one of those before when we interviewed Pat Hughes a million years ago on North by Northbrett's.
As I recall, as I recall, and again, everything could be wrong, but when I read the Wayne Gretzky book, I believe that was the year that Peter Pocklington oversaw how big the diamonds were on the rings personally. So Gretzky got the big dog, Messier, Paul Coffey got the big one. The assistant coaches and the trainers, their rings were fake diamonds. When Gretzky found out, he had them all collected and got them re-diamonded himself. I think it was that year.
Damn.
My ring is real. The diamonds are real. So, sorry, Rick Nash.
Joe Thornton.
Sorry, Joe Thornton. Yeah. Jumbo Joe.
Marcel Dion.
Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah, probably. Because he was mainly always a king.
Yeah.
Hey, Henri Richard. I'm only 10 back of you. Yeah. You know?
Hey, that'd be a good goal.
Closing in on him.
Yeah. Your goal should be to have more Stanley Cups rings than the Oilers. Be like, I want to collect a 6th.
Oh man, if anybody's
7th,
anybody who ever listens to this podcast, if there's ever Stanley Cup rings involved,
and
holler.
We don't need to say the price, but I know the price you paid. You actually didn't even get gouged. You paid like it was
$4,500.
Oh yeah, that's market value.
Real diamonds.
That's probably what a gold diamond ring costs.
I don't know, but I think. I don't think it's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong.
I think it's incredible. I can't wait till it's out in the office and just everybody gets to look at it.
We can all gather.
The growing stable of just hilarious items we have.
We could sing to it at Christmas.
Yes, it could sing to us probably.
Mm-hmm.
It'll look great next to our St. Louis Blues Chris Mason jersey that for some reason is at the office.
Well, I got a little gift that one time.
It's signed, isn't it?
Yep. I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
You do.
It'll look awesome.
Would you really throw out
some kind of spotlight on it? When the lights are out, so that when you walk in and the lights are out, there's just the glow of the cup.
When the light hits the ice, it's icy. Like it looks good.
Dripped out.
Yeah.
Dripped out.
Would you throw away an autographed Mason jersey? I can't bring myself to.
No, I would.
I don't have a need for it, but I can't throw it.
Someone has a need for it though.
There'll be a prize someday we need to award where we're just like, what is better than
the most random prize ever? I love that.
Chris Mason jersey.
Maybe it's the prize it's an office prize, a team prize. If you win it, you have the Mason jersey until it gets
or a punishment.
Taken
to wear it. You can't take it off.
You have to wear it to a St. Louis Blues game.
No, the punishment is like if you do something, you get kind of like on Big Brother, you got to do a week in like some silly get up.
You get masoned.
Once you step into the office, if you were in the office, you have to wear the Chris Mason jersey. That's your punishment.
Or you have to wear it at all times, like we did with Chris the intern and his turkey hat. And we could call them out at any time of day and they'd have to send a selfie in the Chris Mason jersey.
You guys punished Chris the intern.
Yeah.
He was the original you.
What did he do again?
That was after losses. With the sacrifice for 500.
Yes. Yeah.
We might have to bring that back, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah.
The world's changed because I'm interviewing interns now at Nate who want to come do a practicum with Oilers Nation. And I have to be like, I'm going to give you meaningful work, man. You're going to be an important part of the team. Like,
are you suggesting for 1 second that the turkey hat, after he was already a full-time employee,
he was doing God's work here.
Was not valuable.
I know.
Valuable work.
Say that'd be funny if I went to go talk to one of these kids and was like, and we might make you do dumb shit like wear a turkey hat.
Underneath the ring listing was a listing on eBay for Wayne Gretzky's junior high yearbook.
What?
And they wanted $2,700. And I thought, I could get 2 yearbooks for this ring.
Yeah.
Or I could get something that's probably going to hold its value.
Wanye at some weird like carnival prize bin where he has 4,500 tokens and he's like 4,500 tokens for the ring. Ooh, I could get 2 prize books.
It's a volume game.
I could get 3 pamphlets from a Pee-wee tournament.
Well, in that context, it's a good value.
Yeah,
I
100%.
thought.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than a Gretzky ring. This is the way I looked at it. Gretzky rookie cards are very expensive, right? And there's a zillion of them, relatively speaking. This is not meant like there's only, if they did 50 rings a year, 23 players, 27 in the organization, there's 200 cup rings on Earth from the Oilers.
Yeah, you're right.
250 times 50.
But still, it's
I mean, even if you were to double that number you just gave, which is like insane, only 500 of them.
How many Gretzky rookie cards are there in the world? A few thousand?
Yeah, probably. Easily.
I've watched 3 episodes of Pawn Stars. Just kidding. I've watched 3,000 episodes of Pawn Stars. And I know the less there are of something, the more they're worth. Unless it's garbage.
I love it. How much do you just look at it at home?
I look at it a lot.
I bet.
Yeah. There's something about diamonds. There's something about people and diamonds.
Sure, diamonds. But
I've never had a diamond anything. So this is very exciting just to have it in the light.
But Oilers cup ring.
Gollum shit is happening in my house. I'll tell you that.
100%.
The other day, it was in the box and I went to do something, go to Gregor's show. And I was like, where am I going to put this afterwards? I was like, it's starting to be like my precious.
So no, but is Gollum which one's who is it? Gollum to Smeagol or Smeagol to Gollum?
Gollum to Smeagol to Gollum. Gollum is
still a little bit
Smeagol. I still wear clothes.
The skin's starting to grain
I'm
up.
not naked in the cave yet, but I'm not far away.
All right.
But I look at it a lot.
I would too.
I think call on me if you need good luck.
Okay.
Can the Oilers win tonight, please?
If you need it, but let's not use up all the luck on tonight.
We need some kind of like Wanye version of the power of grace.
Okay. Can we pull off a very decent goalie trade, please?
Is that the way forward?
That and defense, man.
But they're looking at who? Rochambeau?
Montembeau? Samuel Montembeau?
Anybody in Hockey DB with a G beside their name right now, we're like, like Jordan Binnington, give me a break, people. There's no solution coming from the Binnington Corporation.
I like Montembeau. Liam said he's like top 5 in the league in 5-on-5 save percentage. Like,
I know that's,
goddamn.
But I just can't see Montreal giving him up.
Because he's a French guy.
What you wrote about it today? What is their thing? They've got 3 goalies for some reason.
Yeah, they've been rolling 3 goalies all year. Kind of like lowercase version of when the Oilers had
Mike Morrison,
just kind of hanging around, just lingering.
Who comes out for the shootouts?
Mike Morrison.
Oh yeah.
That was such an amazing time.
Part one of it is like, okay, you can get the Habs to part with one of Allen, Montembeau, and Primo. How much is it going to cost? And is it a significant enough upgrade? Because like, if you just view them as replacement level, then just keep rolling with Pickard. You're not going to give up anything for them. I think they're above replacement level though.
Would Montreal entertain an offer on Price?
Just bring him in the mix.
Maybe rehabbing him is the closest thing we've got.
Maybe he actually isn't hurt and he's waiting. He's a Western kid.
Maybe the process of osmosis, he will make Stuart Skinner better just by lingering around. Kind of like what Duncan Keith did.
Well, he likes to wear the hat, like Skinner likes to wear those hats.
Yeah. The Outback hats.
He's more like Carey Price is more cowboy. He likes to do like the Texas tie. What's those cowboy ties called?
Bowler tie.
Bowler tie.
Bowler tie.
Yeah. The other side of it, and this is what I wrote about, is like, how much does it cost to get out of Jack Campbell? Because I know Frank was on our show today and said 1 first rounder. I don't buy that for a second. I don't think
if you do that, you spend it yesterday.
Do not trade 2 first rounders to get rid of Jack Campbell, please. I assume you're speaking to Ken later.
Well, so that was my point in the article is like, I know Wood Guy did a really good thread saying like, based on past deals, like it's going to cost.
He said a first and a third.
Frank did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wood Guy had a thread where he based it off past deals where it was like kind of 3 assets, I think was the point of his thread.
First, but if you can go first, third, and a prospect like B-level prospect, and you get Jack Campbell off the books and it's for a Mackenzie Blackwood, do you not do that all day?
1,000%. I even said the deal I cooked up that I think is more than fair is Oilers give up a first, they trade Jack Campbell, they keep $2 million of Jack Campbell, and they get Mackenzie Blackwood.
But you still want to try. Frank said that like, retaining is like bottom of the list.
But it can't be. Retaining is better than buying out. If you're only retaining
100%. But what if? But that's why you got to overpay a little bit to get them to take it all.
And you also have to remember now Blackwood's built up some value through the first 20 games of the season. He's played so good there, right? So that's the deal I would do 100% of the time. The idea of like a first Broberg and Campbell just to get Montembeau. I'm like,
what if you go Taylor Jeannot first, second, third, fourth over 3 years?
I mean, the other side of this too is like Ken Holland in the last year.
How far out can we trade picks?
For LeBanc and Blackwood.
LeBanc sucks.
Does he though?
Expensive.
Is he expensive?
Yeah, he's like $4 million.
Jack Campbell doesn't have to adhere to contracts if he's not on the surface of the planet. Send him into space.
I know.
Pay him to stay in space.
There's a lot of theories. We need
0G gravity environment.
If you want to get conspiracy on Campbell, I mean, you could start
call him up.
I know what the Toronto Maple Leafs organization would do. Let's put it that way. If Campbell was signed to that,
your knee is wonky.
Yeah, Jack, you're done. What was Robida was like? I'm fine. They're like,
he's allergic to his equipment.
You want a Nancy Kerrigan him? Is what you're saying?
But without the actual physical pain,
that won't work. He's going to need to be hurt.
Like Lupul, right? Lupul was like out skiing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not hurt.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You can't skate.
He's got a soft tissue.
You shouldn't be skiing your knee.
See.
Is that what they said? He can't see?
No, Robida had like something wrong with his eye, I think.
Actually, the greatest deal we could do is somehow get Jack on the LTR. That would be the greatest thing we could do.
Insane thought.
I know. We got to think. That's the path.
What if
call him up?
The deep end conspiracy, and I understand this is an incredibly insensitive thing for me to do.
Hit him with a car?
No, what if they went to the Condors and were like, listen up, boys. And they rallied this troop of veterans.
Only shots to the head and warmies.
Oh, no.
Veteran group of Condors
in the net
players who are making $90K. And Daryl Cates was like, I want to avoid this buyout.
He's got to be hurt with the big club, though.
No. Hear me out.
Okay.
And they told the Condors, you guys are going to play like shit. And this dude's going to get lit up. And you guys are going to be assholes to him. And you're going to make him quit. And you're going to make him be like, you know what? My back does hurt. And then one of the Condors.
So you want to bully him.
That's why I said it's insensitive.
What part? Making the grown man.
So sorry. You guys are both out on this.
I thought my headshots and warm-ups was the right idea. Bring him up to be our third goalie for practice.
Yeah.
And then just
give him his own Bobby Bonilla day.
Bush bomb, Desharnais bombs exclusively.
I do feel for him because, like, man, what he's going through has just got to be hell.
Oh,
hell. You're making.
I know, but
there's hell. There's hell, and there's what he's going through. Pro athlete hell.
Pro athlete hell.
Yes.
That's a great line.
Yes.
Pro athlete hell.
My leader.
Pro athlete hell.
$83K US to open the door.
That was a good tweet. I will say, visiting fan bases have been ruthless to him.
Finally, there's something to Ruth. It's exciting to be an AHL fan. You got something.
There's been
yell.
higher paid guys down there before.
We've sent down Sheldon
Like
Surrey.
Sheldon Surrey.
Well, but
Wade
Campbell makes
Redden.
more.
Yeah, Wade Redden's one.
7 sheets.
Yeah, Wade Redden was a
And that's
Making
back in the
$7 million in the A.
Just cruising around for the Hartford Wolfpack, giving up breakup passes. Again, though, the thing with a bad defenseman or a bad forward is like when you send them to the minors, they just exist. And like no one gives a shit about their stat line. The problem is that a goalie is just such like an identifiable stat line and stuff that like it's so easy to go look and be like, and he was shit today. No one's watching these Condors games in terms of like casual.
How dare you, Bruce Kurlock?
No, I mean like casual Oilers fans. I haven't watched a Condors game this year, but I know Jack Campbell sucks. Do I know if any other player on the team has sucked this year? No, but I know Campbell has, which is unfair.
He's having a tough one.
Yeah. It's not going great.
Maybe they could have Rick DiPietro phone him and just be like, you know what? It's fine. I've made a lot of money goaltending, sort of.
But he's still on a buyout, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on a buyout. Same with Brizgalov.
Yeah.
Three-way call.
Rick DiPietro's
Yeah, but we don't want to buy him out though.
And the arena.
And the
it was
arena.
signed in.
Yeah.
What'd you say, sorry?
We don't want to buy him out.
No.
No, we just
turns
want
the
him to
last
get
3
comfortable with not playing hockey and being.
Yep. Yeah.
Have you considered badminton?
All right. Yeah. Oilers, Panthers tonight. Pickard season.
Flip side, positive story about the Oilers. The James Hamlin moment from the other day.
that was
Come on.
just-
That's
You
good
gotta
sports
close it
right
out
there.
for James, man. You gotta
That's
close
good
that game out
sports
for him.
right there.
It was amazing.
I couldn't believe it. I was having a nap and slept through the start of the game. Child involved. Could not believe who had scored for the Oilers when I tuned in.
Was it who's who?
Then did you see the replay of the Derek Ryan goal?
No.
I don't think
He pulled a Kucher off in his own barn.
Yeah. He basically didn't touch it from like the blue line in. The puck was just floating. And Ryan like waved his stick over it.
But yeah, that's all you need.
And the
That's
goalie
all it
was like,
takes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
He could have got anywhere with that.
yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, we had a chance to fuck.
Shame we lost that one.
Yeah, they
needed that
should
third
never
goal.
have lost.
Needed that third goal.
They won 3 games in a row and didn't gain any ground.
That's today's NHL though, man. When there's that many teams in front of you, like you need to have a sustained run of 20, 25 great games to make any ground up.
I like
now.
that you're saying this as though you fondly remember the original 6. Like when I was a child, there was only 6 teams in the league and we had a great time.
Yeah, this is all I know. As an Oilers fan, like, come on. I became hockey coherent when what? Like you're 12, 13, you start to maybe understand things a little bit more. That's 2010. Like my hockey coherent was
Shout out to Taylor Hall.
Taylor Hall. I remember me and a buddy in grade 9 when they won the draft lottery wearing our Oilers jerseys to school the next day. We got hockey tape and wrote Yakupov on the back. We were like, fuck yeah.
Awesome.
The answer. So like
You
this
might
is
still be.
I'm comfortable right now. I'm just also sad.
Yeah.
This is a very
We just
much
gotta
for-
like. Frank said Oilers have a 65% chance to make the playoffs.
Moneypuck.com says 57.
So like, but like I know we're living in it right now, but like, God's sakes, let's start seeing that.
But those are the games
odds.
like on Saturday. Cannot lose.
No.
You gotta win that, man. You gotta win that one. You gotta win
4
that one.
goals should be enough to win a hockey game.
Yeah, and the thing is though, like this, and this is where like 97 and 29 right now are, even though Leon is still getting points, not what they're supposed to be. Like
They're Andy Dufresne on the way out of the shit pipe is what it is.
like Leon hits the post on that. Like last year, there is 0% chance Leon misses that, and then he misses that, and that's like a crucial third goal in the first period that could literally just put the game on autopilot to victory.
Could we do a deep V recovery where we go down to the bottom of the league, touch bottom, and then next year we're
Yeah,
better than
a la St. Louis Blues.
Maybe we got to trade some
Chris
pieces
Mason.
there. Great goalie.
Great jersey.
Great
jersey.
signature.
Maybe we should hang the Chris Mason jersey, try to manifest some of that St. Louis Blue energy.
Some of that Chris Mason energy in the net.
Yeah. Yeah. Gloria.
We need it.
Yeah, I don't know. They got to win 2 of the next 3 for sure.
Do you drink a liter of cola every day?
No.
That is, yeah, I was going to ask that too.
As your dentist, I must ask.
I know. So I've told this story though about how I ended up with 24 of these in my house.
No. Were you sponsored?
At Superstore, I was grocery shopping and I did a big grocery load up one day.
Oh.
It's $300. And the bonus when you spent $300 at Superstore, they were like, oh, you get 2 Coca-Cola products. And I'm like, oh, great. I'll do a Coca-Cola and a ginger ale, please. Thinking it's like a free bonus. They're going to give me just 2 2-liter bottles of pop or like 2 6-packs of cans. Nope. 2 12-packs of big liter bottles
Of ginger ale?
and Coke.
Liter of cola.
So
That's legit.
Boy, do I have a thirst that only a liter of ginger ale could quench.
So I basically
And a
just
tummy
always-
ache.
But do you do those in
After
a
some
sitting?
Brewers
though?
Yeast, maybe?
Yeah. What?
Do you do that in a sitting?
No, this has been open since Saturday. I just always got one on the go. Got one.
You've
in the
been
fridge.
sipping on that since Saturday.
How flat is that right
Holy
Very flat.
since Saturday.
Well, it's in the fridge. It doesn't
Why
like
are you so happy? It don't make no sense.
Still.
now? Just
You know,
sugar
I
water
don't
at this
I
time.
was going to drink it like
crack
a
another liter.
Just see it through, man.
drink it like a guy in a Coke ad, all smiley and
I'll
happy.
even turn the label.
Yeah, here we go.
Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Flat as a pancake.
Yeah, no. So
Since Saturday.
but yeah,
Jesus.
because I was having Ryan Cokes on my Chris Chalmers shit. You heard?
some Crown and Coke.
I was going to say Crown and Colas.
Crown and Cola.
So we're not allowed to say that, but you just didn't mention the brand of rye,
Yeah,
but
sorry.
mentioned the brand of soda.
I was having Crown and Cola.
And I'm not allowed to mispronounce the betting app.
And I was halfway done. And then today I was like, you know what? I'd be up early today. I can feel myself being tired. I'm going to need a pick-me-up during real life. Half a liter of cola.
Flat, just the way you like it.
Flat.
Boiling hot
Flat
and flat.
and warm, yeah.
Just the best.
It actually is kind of good flat. I don't see a big problem with that.
Then it's like a Slurpee.
Yeah, it's like drinking the bottom of a Slurpee cup.
I suppose.
Yeah. I'm tired because I had beer league last night and something happened in my game that I've never even seen it watching hockey.
Okay.
Our shootout went so long, we had to shoot twice.
You wrap through the whole team.
Okay. So we shoot second.
Eli just fucking dialed in, eh?
Oh, and it's a funny story when you bring him into it too, but they go first, miss. We go first, score. They go miss. So I go out and I'm like, hell yeah, I can win it for the boys. I'm going to be the hero. I had the worst attempt ever. Miss. They go down, score. And then we missed. So it's like, all right, we're going to extra shooters. The goalies stopped 9 consecutive rounds.
Wow.
So only 12 guys on each team because it's Sunday at 10 o'clock at night. So it goes to round 13. And we were like, well, shit. We got to start going again. So the other team only had one guy who scored out of their previous 12 attempts. So he goes, scores again, son of a bitch.
Hot hand.
So we sent our guy that scored. He goes down, scores. And I just look back at Eli, our goalie, and he's just shaking his head, looking at the middle of the ice like, are you shitting me? And then I got to go again. And I fucking buried it.
You won the game.
Yeah, 14th round.
Rudy.
But yeah, for a 14-round shootout to end a beer league game. And no one could score.
Surprising to get kicked off the ice because the other team was waiting.
Yeah, like we were the last game of the night, I guess, right? Because it was a 10 o'clock start. But I've never seen a shootout go that long. And then for like, we were looking at the ref. We were like, do we have to go in the same order? Or like, what do you do? He's like, I don't know. He didn't give a fuck.
I don't care, people.
Also, he regretted about 15 minutes earlier. We were like, are we going straight to a shootout like when regulation? He's like, no, let's do overtime. It'll be fun. And we were like, fucking fun for who, bro? 3-on-3 OT? Are you kidding me?
No.
I had to miss the first 10 minutes of the first period because I was so tired. Damn it. Anyways, that was my story from last night. And that's why I'm tired today because my beer league game took
I thought you were still buzzing from the Grey Cup.
That was a freaking awesome
It
Grey
was
Cup.
fun. I planned on napping. I watched the whole thing.
I couldn't believe that you were just dropping updates.
What were the odds on the Alouettes going to that game? Because they were 7.5 point underdogs. So they plus what?
Yeah, they would have been like plus 200. Would have been a good bet. Shout out to Betway. They probably paid out a lot of Alouettes tickets. Green Day was good.
Green Day
I
was
heard
really
they
good.
were great.
They were really, really good.
They look old though.
I mean, they are old.
What do you
now.
expect? They're old.
Touche.
Put on a good show.
Wanye, you look irritated that I called Green Day.
No, I don't want to say anything bad about Canada.
You just weren't into the Grey Cup. Eh? You didn't catch Grey Cup fever this year?
Didn't catch Grey Cup fever this.
It was in the Hammer.
I respect it. They respect it.
Sold out.
I don't want to diminish.
I legitimately turned it on thinking I was going to have a nap.
Yeah.
Got after a little bit on Saturday night. Watched the whole thing.
And
Had a
Blue
good
Bombers
time.
fans care so much. Did they win?
No, they lost.
And so did Alouettes fans, I think. I think Montreal's a
When
good
did
market.
Alouettes change their jersey colors? Because those are way better than the
Yeah,
purple
they
ones.
look slick. I like the look.
The darker colors compared to what they had before.
Yeah, like the purple gray or whatever.
Yeah.
Way better.
Alouettes have been on the rise, I think, a little bit like fan attendance wise. Gives you hope.
And the Argos. Argos are doing way better now since they moved to BMO Field. Is that the name of the
Argos sold
soccer?
out BMO for their playoff game a couple weeks ago. Yep.
It's just in
The
Western
only thing
Canada.
I was missing a
isn't it?
rouge though. No rouges yesterday.
Although,
So walk me through that final play. Why did that guy kick the ball?
I don't know.
If he kicks it through the
So-
uprights, is it 3? Because they needed 3 points.
they needed 4 points.
So then,
So they tried to kick it into the end zone, thinking that they could jump on the ball in the end zone for a touchdown.
is that real?
That's Canadian football,
But
baby.
it-
If you
Canadian
kick a field
football-
goal, miss, and recover, it's a touchdown?
It wasn't a field goal.
No. This
It
is
was
like
a
a Hail
live
Mary
play.
play, but they're so far down. They throw it to a guy. He takes a few steps and then kicks it.
So I think the thinking was if you could kick it into the end zone and have some guys down there.
So, but that's a kick forward is not a forward lateral. It's just a kick is in play.
Yeah. Have you not seen the big move this year that got popular was the onside punt? So the Alouettes this year were facing like a second and 15. So they send a bunch of guys down the field, and then they had one guy in like a little screenplay go off to the side. They throw it to him, and he's right at the line of scrimmage. So he catches it, and then he just drops it and kicks it forward a yard, and then runs and picks it up. And it's technically an onside punt, and they get a first down.
Innovation.
But it doesn't have to go 10 yards.
Not in the CFL.
So that gave him, he kicked it a yard and he regained a first down because he kicked it.
Yeah, no one was
Because it was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So since he was the guy who punted it, he could recover it.
Wow. Can you imagine that moment in the coaching room where they're like, guy bursts in carrying all these maps. He's like, I've got something. And he just lays it all out. He's like, imagine this.
Wow. That's mind blowing.
Is that a map of Newfoundland, they say?
Didn't make a ton of sense, but it was a good Grey Cup. And
I had fun watching it. I did not expect that. Had some
Hey,
snacks.
It's a great league to sit and watch when you're just casually doing it because the action, right? Like you only get 2 down. So like every play is such a big play.
At the end of the game was Alouettes 3rd and 5.
Oh,
Must execute play. They go bomb it down the field for 31 yards. Electric.
3rd and 5 from like the 45, and they need a touchdown to jump back out in front or a field goal to tie even. And they didn't just go for 5 yards. They got like a 28-yard chunk play.
Yeah,
It was
chucked it. Had a good time. Didn't expect it.
And I think both quarterbacks in the Grey Cup this year were cut by the Riders at some point this season.
This season?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll put it this way. I had way more fun watching the Grey Cup yesterday than I did the F1 race in Vegas on Saturday night.
Yeah,
I heard
that?
it was bad.
It was boring.
Well, that track didn't look like there's much room for overtaking at all.
Not really. Although the most exciting part of the entire race happened on the last lap. Charles Leclerc won the last turn, flew past Sergio Perez for second place. That was one of the most exciting things of the whole race, but it was it was painful.
What are you celebrating about?
Got an intern.
Oh.
He agreed to.
Will he
Thoughts
wear
on
the
the
chicken
turkey
hat?
hat?
Yeah.
He will wear the chicken.
What's his name? Lil Davy?
Little Davy?
I don't know. I just made up an intern name.
Just call him that exclusively.
What's his name? Or her name?
His name is Eli.
Is it your buddy, the goalie?
Yeah, I convinced him to quit his electrical gig. Come do this. No, his name was Eli Nottigal. And when I was interviewing him, I was like, or he goes, where are your guys' offices? Like, I've never heard of it. I'm like, oh, do you know like where Dog Patch is, whatever? He goes, oh, I ride my bike by there all the time. I live in the area. So he's
Perfect.
Like,
Oh, nice.
And he's like,
Excellent.
I always see that big truck. I'm like, mm-hmm.
He didn't know what we were and you hired him?
No, he knew what we were.
Oh.
He just didn't know this was our office.
Oh, yeah. By the way, the reason why I wanted to bring that truck down to Pinoca
Oh, yeah.
was because I thought I was going to get murdered.
Yeah.
So I figured if I showed up 4 deep live streaming the entire switcheroo,
That's right.
the guy wouldn't have the sack to kill me in front of the nation truck.
But also your government identity is hidden. So a news story just being like, beep.
Guy dies
Guy
because he
dies
sent
picking up
other
cup
guy to
ring.
get ring.
People
Yeah.
would be like, oh, whatever. Tyler Yaremchuk and Wanye die. Now we got to
Now we got ourselves a news story.
Getting some traffic. To the
BuzzFeed,
website, moving things in a
exact.
positive direction.
Pages.
If I'm
Pages.
murdered picking up a cup ring, I insist you make a story.
better be
on it.
monetized.
You have to.
Yeah.
Don't let me die in vain.
Pages be great.
Yeah.
Get a funeral home sponsor.
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah. Casket company.
Make sure I'm buried with the ring.
Yeah. That
Like this. This is how I am in the coffin.
with his hand up. Like
Yeah.
fist.
Well, he's got his hand in the air. Rigor mortis has set in.
By the power of Grayskull. This is your version.
You can't kill a guy in a blazing truck like that.
No.
All right. It is a Monday edition of the podcast, which means it's time for us to give our generous guys of the week, brought to you by Crown Royal. Generosity lives in the small things. Crown Royal, crown everything. There's no one way to be generous. So you can go whichever way you want with your generous guy of the week, brought to you by Crown Royal. Anyone got one right off the jump? Anything?
I heard today, I'm going to tell you the name of it, an amazing new song by none other than T-Pain. That's right, T-Pain. He has a song with Snoop Dogg called That's How We Ballin'. I defy you to listen to this song and not tap your
Is he
toe.
like T-Pain, like auto-tune
Nope.
T-Pain? He's just,
And it's like you've
just
never
Terrence
heard
Payne.
T-Pain. Yes, just Theodore T-Pain. Unbelievable. That's my
Theodore
generous guy of the week, T-Pain.
I'm gonna build off that. My generous guy is gonna go to Snoop Dogg.
Oh.
For duping us all with the genius.
He
little
did
bit of
not do
marketing.
me whatsoever.
that is good marketing. But he got the streets talking.
And now they're going to have to do edibles with him because everybody thought he was doing edibles.
100%.
Yeah.
Respect my privacy.
Snoop Dogg says he's giving up smoke, which in hindsight, having him say it that way was a little bit like,
But after an extended discussion with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy. Hilarious
bit by Snoop Dogg. He gave us all a good laugh. And to me, that's a good
because it turned out to be an ad for a collaboration for a smokeless fire pit.
Which are also very cool if you've never seen one or used one.
My favorite part is Meek Mill bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, he looks like a dummy.
I'm quitting too, Snoop.
I'm in.
Do you have a fireplace to endorse? Meek?
Does
does not.
That's an egg on his face.
Mm-hmm.
My generous guy is I'd like to thank Myles Garrett
For looking hung as shit in his gray sweatpants.
Well, for an amazing post-game interview. Myles the Hammer Garrett.
Is that the guy from Everybody Loves Raymond?
Myles Garrett, gray sweatpants.
For just carrying the Cleveland Browns on his back, because we are a defense team right now, and we are 7-3. Let's go, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Baggedmilk just looked at the picture.
What's going on?
Thing will hit you in the eye if you're not careful.
They turn around, horse because he runs fast.
Snap! Turn it around, playboy. Let me see what you're dealing with over there. What he's dealing with.
It went very viral.
Yeah.
Speaking of football, my Bills are in trouble.
They squeaked out the win.
I know, but now we got to go do Philly, and then
I looked at your rest of season schedule. It is not fun.
I think Pro Football has us at an 18% chance of making the playoff.
Good God.
I have a feeling I'm going to be sent a link to that. Like it's taking over the whole wood photo you get. I'm going to get this fake it's always a San Francisco Chronicle article.
Yeah.
And you click on it.
Where's the guy under the bed?
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
I know the guy.
Yeah.
Well, this is the new guy.
Damn. And that guy's a pro athlete?
Oh, buddy. He's the best.
Damn. He's got everything you could want.
He's the league leader in sacks, I believe.
I bet he is.
Sack and knob from the looks of things.
And that should have been a safety too.
Nothing safe about that.
No one's safe.
No. All right. There you go. Crown roll. Do you have a generous guy, BM?
Yeah. You know what? My generous men. The Grey Cup. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Again, I expected nothing. I thought I was going to be sleeping by the second quarter. I've been a Green Day fan forever. I thought I was going to miss them. Didn't know they were playing. Didn't know it was Grey Cup Sunday. But I had a good time. So all of them that played in the Grey Cup, thank you. Generous men.
There we go. A crown for everything. Shout out to Crown Royal. We're going to step aside for a quick break. We'll be right back. Moving along on today's episode of the Real Life Podcast, got to give some love to DoorDash. This holiday season, you can make DoorDash your holiday hack, restaurants and more, and it all comes right to your door. For a limited time, our Canadian listeners can get 25% off and zero delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more. When you download the DoorDash app and enter the code NATION25, that's 25% off up to a $10 value and zero delivery fees on your first order. When you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the code NATION25, you're cooking a big meal, you're getting ready for a holiday party, you forgot key ingredients. Don't waste time driving around. Just let DoorDash bring everything you need right to your door. Dash that for the win.
Are you going to vomit right now?
Thought I had a burp there.
Should we dash you some ginger ale?
Just another liter of cola. Keep them coming.
Why would you be burping all the time? You only had a liter of cola today.
Flat though. No carbonation in there.
Yeah. Which is why the burps
the bubbles don't hurt his tummy.
You guys. I won't be here on Thursday.
You and little
Davey.
Davey.
Where are you going?
To have Thanksgiving with Frank.
You're observing American Thanksgiving.
What?
Yeah,
Sellout.
Why not?
I know it's weird.
What? Are you married to Frank?
No, but
you may need a ring.
Yeah, no. My ring.
I fly to New York tonight at midnight. Little red eye. Flex. Take
Direct from Edmonton?
No, stop in Toronto. Gross. So I get to New York tomorrow and then going to go see a couple of Broadway shows with Amber.
That's cool.
Take her to New York.
Oh, this is much more normal.
Yeah. And then waking up on Thursday and taking the train to Frank's house from New York.
Back to weird again.
And then he picks us up at the train house and he's like, I think we're going to his beach house for Thanksgiving.
Frank has a beach house?
I know, very odd. And then we're going to do Thanksgiving with Frank's family, then hang out. And then Sunday,
the Seravallis, like brothers, extended family.
Everyone. Yeah.
Everyone looks like Frank, I imagine.
Yeah. Probably. And then Sunday, the Bills play in Philly. So Frank got us tickets to Bills Eagles and then I'll fly back Monday.
And are you wearing Bills gear?
Yep.
Good.
Frank said don't.
Good. I'm glad you are.
And he keeps sending me these videos of like people getting yelled at Eagles games. Like, fuck you.
That's fine. Take the yell. Who cares?
And I was like, Frank, I'm not scared because I'm with Frank. That's why I'm not scared.
Frank's like, don't embarrass me.
So anyways, I'm 100% avoiding the grind for the rest of the week. Still going to do Owen every day on Wednesday though.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm not totally avoiding the grind.
We're going to be doing Oilers Nation Radio after the game tonight.
Yeah. Because again, don't want to avoid the grind all too much.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just pre-record a podcast or when you're gone and just try to say some middle of the road shit that you hope plays? Like, how long of a podcast could you make not knowing how things were going to turn out?
I could do one based on, I could do tomorrow's show generically enough. Like, you could just sit there and be like, listen, let's put that result aside. This team is still very far away from being where they need
Ignoring what happened last night.
Was last night great? I think it depends on how you want to look at it. Connor and Leon, sure. We still need them to be better. And the depth pieces, I mean, there's some nights you're getting contributions from them, but then nothing seems to be coming together at once.
Listeners are like, he's on point today.
What do you want Picard to do? And then just leave it at that.
It's Pickard.
Pickard.
I said Picard, and you would have thought, like, Gregor was offended to his core. I didn't know how to pronounce his name correctly. I'm like...
He hasn't played in the NHL in like 2 years. What do you want me to do?
And yet we're relying on him to save the season.
Why not?
Somebody's got to do it.
Someone's got to save the season. May as well be 97 and 29.
You know what?
I'll
I
be
was
honest.
at Clare Drake Arena twice this weekend, and I watched Matt Berlin deliver 2 victories and have a 910 save percentage.
Someone can win in this city.
Son of a bitch, bring him up.
What about Eli? He sounded like he had a good night.
He's dialed in the shootout.
Well, the score was 7-7 going to the shootout, so no.
But he didn't let the 8th in.
He didn't.
That's very important.
We gave up. The periods are only 15
It's not
minutes.
what you do let it. It's what you don't let it.
It's like with Grant Fuhr, the Oilers would be down 7-4. He's like, I won't let the 8th in, boys.
And then he'd let in the 8th and be like, well, trust me,
9-8
guys,
win.
they're not getting a 9th past me. Oh.
It's charming to watch Oilers goaltenders pick up the puck. Defensemen pick up the puck behind the net now and just skate head high. Little Paul Coffees, each and every one. Hey,
James Hamlin said he went to the bench after scoring his first goal, and Paul Coffey said something like, hey, only 350 more till you catch me. If a coach did, I'd turn around and tell him, fuck.
Why would you say that?
Because it's such an old
James is
Oilers.
pointing to his mom in heaven and shit.
And
And
Paul
Paul's
Coffey's like, I scored more. I got more.
coppering. Thanks, Paul.
He wears one, doesn't he, on the bench?
You might as well.
Fucking rights he does.
Fellow cup champion.
I know. You got to introduce that winning culture.
You got flex on him.
Got to win that shit.
Kids don't know why he's there. Cup ring.
Boom.
They usually play pretty well in Florida, don't they?
No Barkov tonight either.
Yeah, we normally do good against Tampa and Florida.
Yeah, this road trip's actually usually kind to us, if I remember correctly. But
Well,
would have started great.
It is good, but Carolina always gets a little weird, if I recall.
a little wonky.
It's always like an 11 a.m. game, too, when they swing through Carolina. Yeah,
This
more
time
matinees in Carolina.
Yes, this time it's like 5. And who do we play the Caps on
Caps
Friday?
on Friday at 1.
During the workday at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
That sounds all right.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 o'clock on Friday.
We should do that. We're doing that as a live stream.
Yeah, luckily
we're
our
gonna-
job is hockey.
We're going to do a live watch along for the game Friday at 1 o'clock.
Nice. Will you be there?
No ON every day because it's preempted by pre-gaming with Boardsy. An hour up until puck drop. So busy day.
No, your Rumchick won't be there. He'll be at the Hamptons with Frank, linking arms and doing a dance. Are they talking to him?
Yes.
That's a Family Guy bit, right?
I don't know.
I think it is. All right.
Hampton boy.
Anything else, guys? I ran out of my prep.
You just did a whole episode of ONE without knowing the outcome of the game, and right now you don't know what to talk about.
What can we say about the power play tonight? It was another game that leaves you kind of wondering.
Yeah, listen, whatever happened with the power play,
You got to set it aside.
you need a second game. I need a second game to really jump to any conclusions.
Yeah.
I don't think that game last night's going to quiet down the goaltending talk. See, even if they played good or bad, it's just
You should record a 15-minute just generic episode, and when you're in a pinch one day, just throw it out there and just see.
see if anyone even notices.
Probably not.
Like, I don't think people like the chat is usually just doing their own thing. I'm not convinced the people in the YouTube chat are watching the show. They're usually just fighting amongst themselves.
That's great. YouTube loves
probably.
that.
Yeah. YouTube, the algorithm eats that shit up. Oh, I did have something else that I thought of on Saturday. It won't come to me now. Anyways, well, should we just make this a really short episode of the Real Life Podcast?
Boy, how far into it are we?
44 minutes.
45
I got 2 minutes until I have to hop off.
quality audio.
Got any
programming.
120-second rants that you need to deliver?
I can keep it 50
This
for
is
1 second.
Oh yeah, fucking. That's why I didn't have a full. Chalmers was supposed to have a keep it 100 today.
That's a Thursday.
That's a Thursday.
Bet. Yeah, Chalmers wouldn't have helped me at all today.
No.
All right.
No.
What's your keep it 50?
I don't have one. Actually, you know what? This is
Keep it 50.
I've got this is just an interesting observation, and I think I know why they do it, but also it doesn't make sense because it doesn't take a long time to start a car.
Okay.
Right?
No.
Right? It doesn't, right?
Not too long.
Like, especially, nice, reliable Ford, which these are.
Shout out Sherwood Ford.
Anytime. So I went over to Little Brick, and there's just like 8 cop cars there because they go there for coffee, which is
they
great.
love it. Perfect.
I feel safe. I
We
love
won't
it.
get robbed.
But all their cars are running. Every single one of them. And I know it's like in case they get the call, they can just hop in their car and go. But
Is that why they do it?
I'm trying to understand it, and I don't know the information.
Maybe it's to keep all the computers charged in the.
Maybe
car.
they just draw a battery. Maybe that's what it is. But like every time you see it, there was 8
There's
cars
a lot
running.
of computer shit in there. They maybe get in, the thing's dead. They don't know if they're responding and shit.
And I thought maybe about that, but because I saw this big white screen lit, I'm like, okay, that probably takes some juice. Maybe that takes a while to fire up because it's a PC and you got to wait.
You got to wait,
and you don't have that time. So maybe that's what it is. That's not a beef. That's just an observation. I'd like to know the information as to why.
I'm sure there's police officers that listen to our show.
There are
Hopefully for no particular reason.
There are a lot of articles about this.
Uh-oh.
Good.
Top 3 primary reasons a police officer will leave their car running no matter where they are. Essential equipment in police cars requires energy to operate. Protect the equipment from extreme heat and cold. Keep vehicle cool enough in hot weather for canine units, provided they are there. But it sounds like the biggest one is mostly all the screens and shit.
Gotcha.
Sounds like it. Keep that just
Makes
keep
sense
the updates coming.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of running police cars, and I'm like, this is interesting.
Did you hear what Theo Vaughn said about us?
I did.
The comedian?
He's made me think. Yeah. He just was doing a little bit about Edmonton sucking, but he's like, there's no one that lives there, but there's always sirens. He's like, what is happening?
We're a little city trying to be a big city.
There's an embezzlement, and then there's all these sirens. That's what they said.
Funny.
It's just micro. It's just remember let's date ourselves, and they're no longer there anymore. Remember we used to have like the air raid sirens.
Yeah,
those just fire those up to.
That's basically what he said. He was like, EMT trying
sirens.
to sound busy.
Yeah.
And they fire off a few sirens in the middle of the day. And he was like, there's no crime.
that sucks because that other guy that was staying at the West End Mall, the American comedian, he just went in a damaging rant about Edmonton too.
Bill Burr?
No.
Andrew Schultz?
No, but in that world.
Anthony Jeselnik?
No.
Because he tore up the venue he was at.
Damn it.
Where was he at?
River Cree.
They made this comedian I'm thinking of. It's not Shane McGillis, but it's something like that. Anyways,
Gillis is a good comedian. But
that's who it is.
Oh, it is? It was Shane Gillis? I
Yeah.
love him.
He stayed at the West Edmonton Mall hotel across the street from the mall and was just ragging on it. Like he called his agent, told him he's quit his client.
Oh, but what?
Why would they
That's
stick
just
him
bad logistics right there.
I would
There's plenty
agree.
of great hotels there.
That's where the comedy club booked him.
Oh, yeah. It was probably
Could have gone to the theme room.
Yeah, not at a theme
You gotta
room.
give him a theme room.
Give him a theme room.
That's not gonna.
Imagine if he'd been in space, what a good time he would have
He
had.
would have
Oh,
been
he'd have the best
praising everything.
Space is the best.
I'll wrap up this show with the latest from StadiumTechReport.com.
Finally.
My favorite website.
Yeah.
They have a new feature that they just dropped from their only writer, Paul Kapustka. He's the only guy that front page. There's like 12 articles just from Paul.
dialed in.
Part 1, Denver concessions facing a new way to zip in. I think he's just legitimately breaking down how they handle their lines.
Interesting.
They zipper in the people?
What a life this dude lives.
Zipper merge in the old concession line.
Eliminating the last bottle.
Good luck to you, Jay.
I've got a roll, but I'm gonna leave it a note. It looks like the Jonas Brothers had a couple good days in Edmonton.
Yes.
They were like attending like every restaurant, everything. There's photos of them all over the place.
Good show.
Yep.
It turns out Explore Edmonton paid them $75 million.
I just love how they really did not want to go to Winnipeg.
Well,
Yeah.
Jay just left the door half open.
Well, probably because it took us days to get back in the studio after we closed that door in the first place.
Oh, but we figured out. So
how'd you get in?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
should I say on the air how we get in? So as you know, I tape the door.
Yeah.
It's
So even if it's locked,
safety tape.
it's never fully locked. And Dan figured out today you can just get a credit card and knock her back open.
Perfect. Ignore what Tyler just said.
I mean, there's
that you
other
break
layers
into
of security outside of just this one room.
Nope. We're going to have to tie all this shit to the floor like Wanye's cup ring.
Oh, that'll be unbelievable.
You just hang it from, because you want to hide it from intruders.
Oh no, I want to mount it to the floor in like a museum grade display.
I think we need to get you some kind of like one of those Ring doorbell situations on your Ring when it's here, along with a trap door, so that you can watch it from your house now. And if somebody's looking at the Ring even too long, trap door them, down out dog patch. Now they're having a beer. It's a respectable landing spot, but it gets them away from the Ring.
Indiana Jones Last Crusade shit, where you bring a little like baggie of weight and you swap it out.
It's exactly like that.
All right, let's wrap this thing up.
Go Oilers.
Yeah, when Chalmers and Jay both aren't here, boy, we're struggling.
Boy, for a guy who's drank half a liter of flat Coke, you don't have a lot of pep to you.
I can't believe you guys are that stunned by this. I felt like that's something that was known about me. Anyways, enjoy the week, everybody. We'll talk to you again on Thursday.